Good evening and welcome to the 2017-2018 All-Sports Banquet. I'm Mike Hammett, the radio voice of the SWOSU Bulldogs. Glad to talk about you and all of your endeavors on the radio and do play-by-play for football and basketball. And it's been a pleasure again to follow everything you do this year. It's been another incredible year and looking forward to more here with our spring sports that are still wrapping up. A lot of great accomplishments this year. Looking forward to hearing from our coaches tonight, talking about you, the student athletes, and everything you've done this season, and have them hand out their awards. But first, I'd like to hand things over to SWOSU President Randy Butler.
Well, thank you. Good evening. Just very quickly, for the first 30 minutes, I'd like to talk just a little bit about, really, all I want to say is thank you. Thank you, first of all, to the coaches for your commitment, for being here at Southwestern, for the great things that you do, and most especially, thank you to you student athletes. I don't think a lot of people understand the enormous pressure sometimes that's placed on a student that also is here as an athlete, keeping up with studies, everything else you have to do, and of course, like many of you, involved in many other extra activities on campus and around the town. And I want you to know that I appreciate that because, as you know, in a lot of ways, you are the face of this university. When you go out there and you compete on the field, on the court, in the arena, wherever it is, you take with you and you put on the face of Southwestern. So thank you, because all of you do a great job in those competitions, and I appreciate that. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Coach Thurman, the athletic director. Coach.
Well, I can't believe another year has gone by. It went by quick. We say that every year, but it just seems like it just flew by. We had so much success this year, not only on the courts and the fields and the arenas, but in the classroom as well. We can't be more proud of you young people that are hopefully a Bulldog for life, because that's what this is. This is a family, and we want to continue to make it a family, and hopefully you felt that way while you were here partaking in the sport that you have. So at this time, we're going to break for dinner as long as our cafeteria people are ready. And guys, they work so hard to prepare this for us. So what we're going to do, we have two areas over here. One, this one here and this one here. In one moment, we're going to excuse the ladies first. Actually, I apologize. We're going to send our guest here, the first tables up here first. All of our special VIP type people and coaches. All coaches will eat first because they have to get up here and set the awards, give the awards out. And then ladies, please, you will fall in after them. Gentlemen, you will fall in after them. Now, what I ask you to do is this. It's one of those nights that we try to kind of keep it going. So I ask you to respect those who are up here speaking. So if the night gets long, but we want to make sure that we just, we listen to them, and if it's your sport, it's important to you. So if it's not your sport, it's important to those athletes too. But again, we're a family. Try to maintain a little bit of respect for the one that's up here speaking. So at this time, please, front table, head to the buffet, and then once they're through it, ladies, you fall in right behind them. Gentlemen, you after them. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Those of you that are still eating, please continue. But we're again, it's a long night. 13 sports that have to come up and present their MVPs and talk about their team. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing rolling. To start off the night, we started in 2013 a special award. It's called the Cecil Perkins Service Award. We named this after a gentleman named Cecil Perkins, who was the athletic director here for about 28 years. Cecil was the one that pioneered just about everything that happened at this university and all the success that happened. And he was the one that actually hired me as a basketball coach back in 2006. I knew him since I was 17 years old. He was a great man. Cecil passed away in September of 2013, so we wanted to honor him by naming an award after him, and we called it the Cecil Perkins Service Award. And the reason why we called it Service Award, because that's what Cecil was about. Cecil was about serving others. It was real important for Cecil to put the student athlete first over just about anything else that happened. He wanted to make sure that we're doing the right things and heading in the right directions, and hopefully providing an opportunity for the young people that are underneath our care a better path into the future. So we can't say enough about Cecil and his influence on this university and this department. So we started this award for him in his name, and we have done it since 2013. So this is our 5th year that we're giving this award. This award's an interesting award because you think about, well, who receives this award? Well, this is about those who give back to their university and for us to this department. And if you guys ever notice the ones that are always around, people that if you needed something from it may be a booster, maybe a town person, it may be an administrator, but they're always there. They're always there to support you guys and everything that you do. This year's nomination came down to a gentleman that has been at this place. He went to school here back in the 70s. He left and went and got his law degree and immediately came back after he got his law degree, and continued his teaching here at Southwestern Oklahoma State University. And his name is Dr. Les Crawl. Dr. Les Crawl, once he returned here, not only was he active in this department and part of our lives, but he was one of the SIDs. He helped with stats. He was, obviously, you guys probably see him on the scores table today. He still does it, where he's part of the PA system for the basketball games. If you go out to the baseball, softball, and the golf area, and it's called Crawl Corner. Well, that was a donation by Les and his family. He wanted to make sure that baseball and softball and soccer and golf had a place to be. So he did a fantastic job by donating that, and we can't thank him enough. But he's always been very active with our athletic department. Dr. Crawl retired from SWOSU in May of 2015 after teaching school business for 28 years. He's one of the founding members of what we call the Bulldog Association, but it's the Athletic Association now, and he's currently a member of that as well. Not only has he been a great supporter, again, of this university and this department, but he's been a great friend to all of us, and especially me. So I'd like you guys to please say thank you to Dr. Les Crawl for Cecil Perkins Service Award.
I remember a few years ago, Cecil came to me. He says, Les, we ought to have an athletic banquet at the end of the year. We did it upstairs in the student union, and I got to MC it for many years. And then Coach Thurman decided we needed to calm it down a little bit. And took me off from behind the microphone, but I had a wonderful time. It's a great time to honor and recognize the student athletes. My message tonight's very brief. I mean, look around your table there. Those are your friends, your colleagues, your teammates. Like our preacher said Sunday, friends are a blessing from God. And I've been very blessed to know all the friends that have helped me. My wife, Lori, and daughter, Carly, thank you for being here tonight. It's been a wonderful, wonderful ride. I've done the PA, I think, for 25 years. I remember it was really hot in Rankin-Williams one day, and this big old guy come down there. He says, "You need to turn those fans on." I says, "I'm just doing a PA. You see that gentleman sitting down in the end zone? Go tell him to turn the fans on." He went back up in the stands, and it never get turned on. Cecil was a wonderful friend. I'm very honored to receive this award. I want to thank those in the athletic department that thought of me. You know, I never had the ability to play sports. I always wanted to. My position on the basketball team was the get back. You know, whenever they'd call timeout and we'd all go huddle around the coach, they'd say, "Crawl, get back over there." And that's as close as I got to the floor in basketball. But I always loved sports and loved to play and be a part of it. We've had some great times. I get to do the color with Mike Hammett on the radio, and we have a really good time. I remember a few years ago, we were at Northeastern, and they had unfortunately won the game. There's like 28 seconds left to go in the game, so they're in the kneel-down formation, and those guys threw a pass to the tight end and scored with 28 seconds. The game was over. Kneel down, run out the clock. I remember I had to go interview Coach Sharp after it was over, and I thought, man, I don't want to do this at all. But afterwards, I got to thinking, who practices a pass out of a kneel-down formation? Because their coach says, "Well, I didn't call that, I didn't call that." Well, I mean, why would you even practice it? But anyway, we've seen good, we've seen bad. I saw Coach Sharp get his leg broke at Northeastern, too, when they rolled out of bounds one time. Basketball, Jim, I can tell so many stories about what's happened at the scorer's table. You get to see and hear a lot of things that you're not, you're like, did that just happen? I can't believe that just happened. One of our most colorful coaches, not here, but another out of Oklahoma City area, he told the official, he says, "Can you give me a technical for what I'm thinking?" And the official said, "No." He says, "Well, I think you're an SOB." And he got a technical. But anyway, I guess you can think it, just don't verbalize it. Yeah, there's so many of these wonderful programs that we have here in the athletic department. You guys, it's really an honor and a privilege to be with you. I've been very blessed. It reminds me of, you know, a turtle sitting on top of a fence post. And you think, how did that turtle get there? It didn't climb up that post. It had friends. It had help to get there. And I'm really that turtle. And I thank you all for that. My other message is, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. You're a Bulldog, and you always will be. Good God.
Coach Thurman always lets me go first. One, so I can do all of the thank yous, but two, so I can adjust the mic for Coach Pearson. And so I've already done my job. I want to start out by thanking all the people who make it possible for us as coaches and athletes to represent this great university, and it takes a lot of people to do that. So I'm going to run through these names as quick as I possibly can, and there are some people who are in this room, some who are not, but I'm going to keep it as brief as I can, and then I'll talk a little bit about the SWOSU volleyball team. That's who I coach. So first of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Les Kral. We've shared a lot of fun times over the last couple of years on the sideline together, and I'm always excited when I call you and say, are you going to be able to be at the game? You're like, yeah, I'll be there. Okay, good. One less thing to worry about, so thank you, Dr. Kral. President Butler and the administration, thank you so much for all you do for us. The Athletic Association, President Val Ferris, and everybody else in that, great support for us. all the people in the foundation staff, Garrett King, Jessica. Want to thank Sheila. I get to see you 2 times a year for NLIs, but I know that Coach Helton is with you a whole lot more than that. We thank you for all that you do, Melanie. Thank you for your new role. I think you're going to get to spend a lot more time with Coach Helton here lately, talking about getting all these athletes certified, so that'll be a fun job. Nate Downs and his staff, thank you for getting this place ready for us and just keeping us going. Having events in here and also having athletic events in here as well. So how about the meal? How about a round of applause for Duncan Taylor and his group? Great meal tonight. Coach Bo couldn't be here. His son's car broke down, and so he had to back out last minute, but he's our faculty athletic representative, and he does a great job with that. This year, Pam and Sophie took over SAC, and they've done a great job with that, so thank you guys for all you do with them. I want to thank Right Radio, and of course, the voice of the Bulldogs, Mike Hammett. Thank you for all that you do for us. John Matthews, he can't be here, but he announces volleyball and football. I want to thank Cody Roper. He's around here taking pictures somewhere. Hopefully not of me. I want to thank Coach Thurman. Love working for you. Love all that you do for us. And I want to thank Lynn. I know she's not here tonight, but thank her for putting up with you. That's a huge task. Pam, thank you so much for the way you run this department and the way you put up with me turning in late receipts and missing receipts and whatever else I still have due right now. I don't know. I want to thank Connor and Sydney and Kelsey and all of those who work in Pam's office. Thanks to Coach Helton. Again, I'll get those Kara reports into you at some point. I want to thank Doug Self, and John Chittister. They do such a great job of covering Southwestern athletics, and they're also two good friends of mine, so I appreciate them. Jade, she can't be here tonight, but she just got a job. Yay. Maggie, my sister. Cameron, Clemson, Val, everybody else who helps out with athletics and all the capacities. Caitlin Dillon for running the clock at all the games. Just everybody else who has helped in that way. Our athletic training staff, Edwin, all your students, Caleb, Cassie, Lacey, thank you for all that you do. We have the best athletic training staff in the conference and in my opinion in D2. Coach Jackson, you and your staff do a great job of keeping us healthy and strong. Then I just want to thank all the SWOSU coaches. It's a pleasure to work with you. I think that we have a strong family, and I think that that is represented very well by the products that we put on the field and on the court. And so I want to thank the SWOSU athletes for representing my university, my alma mater, something that I'm very proud of in a way that I think it needs to be represented. So thank you. I also want to thank Cheer, Palm, the mascots for all your tireless hours that you put in, and thank you so much for all that you do. Then on the volleyball side, I just want to thank our table crew, our line judges, ball shaggers. Many of you helped out this year by doing one of those things, so thank you for that. Again, Coach Bo's not here, but he is a great asset to our program, and I'm thankful for him. And now for the people who are here. Miss McVicker, will you please stand up? Elizabeth McVicker. Go ahead. Elizabeth came to us, and she was my student assistant in the fall. You can sit down now. Just want everybody to look at you. And she did a great job. She really trained our middles, and she helped Coach Christina with blocking and just all aspects of the game. And she did so good that she's going to play for us this next year. So we're excited to have her as a player on our team now. But thank you so much for all that you did for us in the fall. Coach Christina, you can stand up too. Coach Christina came back. She was my first recruit at SWOSU. I found her out in Arizona, and she played for us for 2 years, had a great career. Then joined my coaching staff as a student assistant, worked her way up to a graduate assistant, got a full-time job here at Southwestern, and she still volunteered for us this year She means so much to our program, and she's put so much time and effort and love into our program, and I'm just so thankful for the way that she loves our team and loves our family. So thank you to Christina. Coach Caitlin, stand up. Coach Caitlin, she kind of became a full-time assistant with a graduate assistant pay this year, and it was a year where my wife was pregnant, and I was gone to baby's appointments and all kinds of stuff all year, and she ran the ship while I was gone and continues to do that. She is another one who loves our program and loves our kids and does a great job with our kids, and I can't thank you enough for what you do. All of us coaches know that our GAs do way more than they're paid for, and we're so thankful for what you do for us. My wife couldn't be here tonight, but those of you who know her and know me, you know that I punted way out of my coverage, and she's by far the best part of me. She's great to my team and great to our girls. She loves them just as much as I do. And when I go home at night and I'm complaining and I'm whining, she reminds me why I do this job, and then I can come back to work and give them a smile and a high five the next day. So when you guys see her, make sure that you tell her thank you. That's all of my thank yous. Now I'd like to tell you a little bit about our season. The coaches in the room know that your success isn't always represented by wins and losses, and I think that was our season this year. We were 13-19 overall, 8-8 in conference, but that does not even begin to do justice for what these young ladies did. We were faced with adversity. We had many times where they could have thrown in the towel and quit or stopped playing hard, but it seemed like with every practice we just worked harder and harder. And because of that, we were able to beat teams that on paper we really shouldn't have been able to beat. We finished the season strong by beating that team up in Alva. We beat them right here on this court 3-0. That's Northwestern. You can applaud for that because we beat Northwestern. Yeah. We had a great season. I'm so proud that these girls represent not only me but my school with the character and integrity and passion for the game, but also for our colors and our fight song. They love to sing the fight song, and I'm proud of them, and I'm so happy that they play for me. We had some awards this year. So as I go through these, I'm going to have some of you stand up here. First of all, I just want all of the SWOSU volleyball players to stand up and be recognized. As you can see, the first thing that we find in the recruiting process is they have to be taller than me. And that is good for about 90% of the girls out there. So after that, we have to narrow it down through some other things, and then we get them here. So Caitlin Dillon, please stand up. Honorable mention, all GAC. Clemson Lancaster, stand up. Distinguished Scholar Athlete, that was for her high GPA, along with her accolades on the court. Danusha Sipa Bourgeot, or as it's pronounced in Western Oklahoma, Nush. Nush has a 4.0, and because of that and all that she does on the court for us, she was an elite Scholar Athlete presented by the GAC. You guys may sit down. Now, will my two seniors please stand up? Lindsay McCauley and Delaney Funkhauser-Fine. Delaney's been with me for 4 years. She came here from Reno, Nevada, all the way out to Oklahoma. I know that it was a culture shock for her, but oh man, it was fun to watch her grow, and she gave so much to our program. Lindsay came to us from Cameron University, so she spent 3 years here. Both of these girls were instrumental in our conference championship in 2015. They're awesome volleyball players, but they're even better people, and they leave this program in better shape than they found it, and I can't thank you two enough. Delaney Funkhauser-Fine was also honorable mention All Great American Conference. You guys may sit down. Now this year we did something different where we've always voted on the MVP award, but we also added 2 other awards in. One of those was Most Outstanding Teammate, and the other one was the VIM Award. Most Outstanding Teammate is just as it sounds. This is presented to the person who consistently puts their team above themselves, and this was voted on by the team, and I couldn't have picked it better myself. This young lady has done this for 4 years now, about to start her 5th year as a Bulldog, Clemson Lancaster. Please stand to be recognized. The VIM Award, if you guys have ever sang our fight song, you know there's a word VIM in there. I had no idea what that meant. It means excitement or energy, and this award goes to a person who is excited and energized and works hard no matter where they are. They want to work harder than everybody else, whether they're in the weight room, the classroom, practice, or tying their shoes. Again, this was voted on by our team, and Cody Avery is our recipient of that award. And finally, our Most Valuable Player Award. This was also voted on by our team, and this year it goes to, in my opinion, the best libero in the conference. She is going to leave here with every career record that SWOSU has in her categories, Miss Caitlin Dillon. Come on up, Caitlin.
Thank you, Josh, for lowering the mic. I appreciate that. You know, as coaches, and I think probably as athletes, we're kind of trained to always be looking forward. That next challenge in front of us, the next championship we're trying to, achieve. But it's nice to have a night like we have tonight to take time to just look back. Regardless of, how the season went, the friendships, the experiences, the hard work that you've put in, those are the things that you will remember for the rest of your life. And so it's really nice to be able to take time to look back. I'll start with a few thank yous specifically for soccer, and then move on to some of the stuff about our season. Obviously every coach will tell you nothing happens, with just one person. Obviously, it's a lot of people that play into it. First and foremost, my family. My wife and my 2 boys weren't able to be here tonight because they had other things going on. My daughter, all of our players know her. She's always with us, Blake. You can stand up, Blake. She calls herself my assistant coach, and she really is. Again, Ellen, our GA, stand up, Ellen, so everybody can see you over there. Ellen pretty much does everything. Probably the most difficult thing is putting up with me when I'm really grumpy, which is a lot of the time. Ellen was kind of put in a unique situation this year where we only had 1 GA, and so really she had to do everything. She's been a great mentor to our girls. She takes care of them. I think that she's somebody that they can look up to and can really motivate them as they move forward in life. So thank you, Ellen, for everything. We're going to miss you. But Ellen will be around, so we'll give her something to do. Kyle is not here tonight. He came on as a GA at semester. He's somebody who had played for me in college years ago, worked with our goalkeepers, and he's off on his honeymoon right now, so he wasn't able to be here. But he's done a great job for us this spring, as well as our strength coach, Jared. I know Josh already thanked you, wherever you are. For a strength coach who can work with all the different sports from football to baseball to volleyball to women's soccer, just does a fabulous job. Lacey, I know we thanked the trainers already, but usually when the new GAs come in, they kind of get warned about working with the soccer coach, and I figure thank you, Lacey, for putting up with me when I'm grumpy and all the rest of that stuff. It should prepare you for anything else you'll see in life. So, games day, people that have helped us. Josh, again, doing games day stuff. John and Doug, I know we already thanked you, but it really makes a big difference when you're out there kind of getting us set up when we're trying to get ready for our soccer game, and you're getting all that stuff ready and then doing the stories afterwards. It's unbelievable. Zach, for taking care of my fields, making sure it's ready to go. Appreciate that. And then a big thank you to Coach Helton. Where's Coach Helton? When we went to the national tournament this year, we have to have a representative with us, and I think Coach Helton drew the short straw. I know he has daughters, so he was kind of a little bit used to girls, but 25 girls in a van going back and forth. Being around soccer, thank you so much. All the shuttling you did back and forth, everything, it was a huge, huge help. And nice to have somebody I could talk to while I was there too, so thank you. Again, looking back, for the fall sports, I think sometimes it's a little bit difficult because it seems like a long time ago that we were in our season. And it's really hard to kind of get it all into a short amount of time. But the girls, again, had a great season. As with any team, you faced adversity. We had, injuries. We had ups and downs in the season. Not winning the regular season was a real blow, but coming back and getting a chance to win the conference championship against Oklahoma Baptist at Oklahoma Baptist was great. So I'd like our soccer girls to stand up and just be recognized for the great season that you had. And there's a couple of people I just want to point out. Our senior class, we had 4 seniors this year. All of them unique, great, what they brought to the team. A couple of them weren't able to be here. Kendall is finishing her degree in Texas, so she wasn't able to get back. Lauren is back home for a funeral. But our other 2 seniors, Shelly and Olivia, will you guys stand? So these girls, again, looking back, staying with that theme, when they came in as freshmen, both Shelly and Olivia and Lauren have played with me for 4 years. When they came in, they were coming into a program that had just won 2 conference championships, a great program. Their first year, I think we won 2 games. So, tough season. What was that? Okay. Well, that was then. This is now. So, but to see the belief that they had in the program, sticking with it, and meeting the challenges after that first year, those girls played in 3 conference championships. Obviously, we went to the Sweet 16 at the national tournament this year. A great way to go out. So, all right. So I'm going to move on, and as with any good season. We have a lot of people that got recognized. I'm going to start with our all-conference players, and I'll put my glasses on so I can read. But if you'll just stand, and I'll go through all of them. We had 9 players named to the all-conference team. You only start 11 players. So to have 9 players named to all-conference teams is really great. Our honorable mention, Lexi Bates and Shelly Mueller. Guys stand. Named to the second team, Lauren Williams, Dejanay, Sarah Wilson, Olivia. And on our first team, Erica Brunet, Sandra, and Alima. And Alima was named again Offensive Player of the Year for the second time. So those were our all-conference players. Again, as we move forward, we also had some players recognized on the region. The United Soccer Coaches All-Central Region, Alima was first team, and Sandra was on the second team. And Alima was also named as a second-team All-American by the United Soccer Coaches Association. The Division II Conference Commissioners Association All-Central Region team, Alima was named to the first team as well as Player of the Year. That's her second time now that she's been named All-Region Player of the Year. Sandra was named to the second team, and Erica Brunet was named to the second team as well. And then Our first team All-American this year was Alima Rabo. Now, again, these girls had a great season on the field, but we have phenomenal students as well. We had, I think, 11 players named to the GAC All-Academic team, and I'll name you guys. You can stand: Kylie Bertrand, Erica Brunet, Olivia Butler, Reagan Coyle, Lexi Fowler, Cody Holloway, Shelly Mueller, Megan Moonen, Sandra, Steffi, Lauren Tonk, and Lauren Williams. And for the second year, 2 times now, named to the COSIDA Academic All-District team, Erica Brunet. Last time I checked, I think it was a 3.95 GPA. So, now we also have, again, Alima had a great season. Alima, will you come up here? I've got a couple of plaques I want to give to you, so go ahead. Come on up here. You know, Alima broke, I think, the career record for goals scored. She broke that record about halfway through her sophomore year. So she has a few more, hopefully, goals to score. But nationally, she was recognized as one of the top goal scorers, and I've got a couple plaques for her. And I'll tell you exactly what they are here in just a second. So she led the nation in goals per game, so 1.27 goals per game. So that was one of them. They're heavy. And then 3.09 points per game. So again, those. Hold. Okay, so the last, before I give out the MVP, I want to just make a couple more thank yous. You know, again, going to the national tournament this year was a great experience. It was kind of a shock to our system. I think the first game we played against Missouri Western, and I think it was probably one of the coldest days that most of our girls had played in, except for maybe our Canadian girls. So we know going to Minnesota for the first round was going to be a challenge playing the opponent, but also knowing the weather. So I went to Coach Thurman and said, we don't have any big coats, and it's going to be cold up there. So he, of course, went to the administration, and they were kind enough to be able to get us jackets to wear up there, which was phenomenal. I mean, I don't know if we could have survived without those jackets. So again, our administration stepping up to help us at that time was unbelievable. Feel a little bit like I do at home at Christmas time with my kids waiting to open their presents. I know our girls are really concerned about their championship rings. So we're not going to have everybody come up here and take the time to do it. But the rings are in, ladies, and we will be doing that upstairs in the conference room afterwards. So we'll be doing that. But again, those rings, you know, are a great memory for our girls, but they would not have been possible without a lot of generous donations from our athletic association and a lot of people that stepped up to help us get those. So a big thank you to all of those people that did that, and again, the athletic association for helping us with that. And then to finally, our MVP. Again, it's very difficult to pick an MVP when you've got players that all bring different strengths. Any coach will tell you it's a really difficult award to pick. But this year, the MVP is somebody who has just been consistent for us. The whole time she's played here, she's not done yet, so she has more to play. But, you know, really makes a big difference when she's playing, and again, has been consistent for us, and definitely deserves our MVP, and that's Erica Brunet.
First off, I'd like to thank my athletes for all their hard work and dedication throughout this year. So they put in a lot of miles, a lot of fast times. I'd also like to thank my assistant, Coach Dixon, for all of his help. With all the events that we have in track, it's finally great to have somebody there to help me out. So my head's not always on a swivel like it was last year. So huge benefit to having him. Also like to thank the Athletic Association for their help at our home cross-country meet this year. They set up the hospitality area for the coaches, and all the coaches tell me that no matter how bad the race goes, like they'll always come back for free food. I also like to thank all the fans that came out to it as well to support the cross-country team. Looking back at our cross-country season, we finished 8th at the conference championships, which wasn't exactly what we were looking for, but we still had several good highlights of the year. The home meet was our second one that we've hosted, and it's our second race that we've ever won in the program history. We also incorporated the high school and middle school race in it, and we're looking forward to making that one of the biggest cross-country meets in western Oklahoma. The other highlight that we had was our lone senior, Michaela Haworka. Her first race as a freshman for the 5K was a 25:56, and a little embarrassed over there now, but after 4 years, running at the Arkansas Chili Pepper Festival, she ran her PR of 2017 and PR'd 3 times this season, dropped over 5.5 minutes off her time in 4 years. And so I'd like to thank her for enduring what I call the trial of miles and miles of trials for these last 4 years. As for track and field, we wound up finishing 8th in that as well, but the score obviously did not reflect our effort. We had several athletes that had near misses when it came to finishing inside the top 6. We did finish up the season with 12 established or new marks for our program best, including the pole vault with Nicole Kippenberger. She worked on it for 1 hour out of the whole season and got a mark. We had 6 athletes at the conference championships get all conference honors, with Danny Whiting placing 4th in the 3,000 steeple, Tasia Jones placing 6th in the discus, and our 4x400 meter relay placing 6th with Monica Gonzalez, Jimmy Dollins, Mariah Leonard, and McKenna Coper. So as for the MVP awards, with cross country, it's pretty clear cut. I base it off of who's got the best individual finishes in the most race, throughout all the races of the season. And then with the track, we have multiple event areas, and so that individual, I look for to perform at a high level, but also their impact on the team as well. And so whether it be holding the blocks for a teammate in the 200 meter just minutes before her 5K, or running the 5K at conference after already racing the steeple and racing the 1500 just so that she can help pull a teammate along. She supports and encourages everyone on the team. She's willing to go above and beyond to do what she needs to do. She led the cross-country team in 3 of 5 races this season, and for the 2nd year in a row, she has led the track team in scoring at the conference championships. This year by finishing 4th in the 3,000 steeple. She currently holds the highest ranking on our team amongst the Central Region rankings with 26th place in the steeplechase. And so our track and field MVP and our cross-country MVP is Danny Whiting.
I would like to say thank you to everyone that Josh said thank you to. I appreciate all of you. And would all of the cheer, pom, and mascots, would you please stand up? I want to say thank you to each one of you for making this year great for me. And our MVP now for pom is Kelsey. So if you'll come up here. And while she's coming, the MVP for cheer is Brooke. And the mascot MVP is Matt.
Pam said she was going to be 2 minutes. She was 1 minute and 15 seconds. So nice job, Pam. I got to tell a story about Pam. You guys that know me would know it wouldn't be me if I wouldn't tell a story. But today I was in her office for the 6th time. And I said, Pam, you're not going to see me for the rest of the day. And I was in there probably another 15 times. So thanks for putting up with me, Pam. I appreciate that. It wouldn't be myself. I didn't say spot the ball, so spot the ball. That's what we're here for. You can follow me on Twitter at Coach Pobe. Got to get my followers up. But I really want to thank Coach Thurman, Coach Helton, Doug, and Pam. I do bother them a lot. I'm up there a lot, and I appreciate everything that y'all do for me. Y'all know I'm feeling my way through this a little bit, and I ask a lot of questions, and I try to do things the right way. So I appreciate your patience with me there. I also want to thank my coaches. If some of you student athletes haven't seen them at one of your events, you will. We're sports fans. We like to be at everything. We like to watch every sport possible. We like to talk about it, and we don't gamble, but we place little side bets and how we're going to do. We enjoy that. So if you see us there, come say hi. I couldn't do it without them. One thing I learned as a coach a long time ago is if you want to be successful, you got to surround yourself with people that do things that you're not good at, but they can also tell you no. And I've done that, and I'm thankful for you guys. I'm not going to make them stand up because football coaches don't want anybody to know who they are. But I really appreciate you guys. You know, I'm new here, so for me to talk about the team in the past wouldn't be fair. But I do want to mention a couple things, some things that I'm proud to be a part of. One thing, I'm blessed to be at this university and be a part of this athletic department, and I want you all to know that. You are blessed, without a doubt, to be a part of this. I've been at several places. And it's not a day that I don't wake up and feel like I'm part of a great family. So, and you guys have done that and make me feel welcome from the very beginning, and I appreciate that. I also want to talk about a couple guys. We had a couple guys, Garrett. I didn't see Garrett Luke and Austin Loomis. They were not academic. They were all conference, all GAC football players, and I appreciate that. But we did have several Great American Conference all-academic members: Austin Loomis, Bailey McKay, Johnson Miller, Alex Ramirez, Brandon Rowe, Braden Sweet, Gerald White, and Clay Wilkerson. The good part about that is all of those are back except Austin, so I'm very pleased with that. And then we did also have 2 academic All-Americans with Brandon Rowe and Braden Sweet. And will you guys stand up for me? That's a great honor. I mean, they got. Those are 2 outstanding young men right there, and then did a tremendous job in spring ball. And if you follow us on Twitter, that's at Coach Pobe. I think Braden was actually Player of the Week twice. And he was also selected by the coaches as one of them that represents what we're trying to do as a football program. So I appreciate you guys. I didn't beat Pam's time, but lastly, our MVP, without a doubt, and I do want to say this. I spoke with Coach Helton and tried to see if he had another year of eligibility, but he did not. So we're sad about that, but it was a guy I really wish I'd had the opportunity to work with and be a part of my program, because I think he represents everything that the Bulldogs want to represent. and that is Austin Loomis. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Austin as you come up here. Where'd you go? There you are, buddy. Austin, he was an all-GAC selection as a senior. He led the Bulldogs and was 12th in the conference with 74 tackles. He also led the team in interceptions, which that's a problem, guys. That guy led us in interceptions. In addition, he had 5.5 tackles for loss, 2 pass breakups, 1 quarterback hurry. In his career, he finished with 262 tackles, which ranks 5th all-time in SWOSU in the D2 era. So that's an incredible accomplishment, and well done, young man. Thank you very much.
Good evening. It's good to see all you guys. We get to be representing the athletic training department. We have a great privilege of being able to work with all the athletes, not just specific teams, and it's a privilege to be able to work with each and every one of you as well as the coaches. I want to thank first off my staff. I have a great staff to work with. Caleb Oliver and Cassie Shantz have been a great assistants to work with. Cassie couldn't be here tonight. Please remember her in her thoughts and prayers. Her father passed away this week, so she's not with us tonight. Also have 3 great GAs. Lacey, Brandon, and Joe have been great to help us with. Lacey and Brandon will be leaving us this year, so best of luck to them as they continue their careers from here. As many of you know, this is kind of a sad year for us. This is the last year that we'll have athletic training students with us. So I have a great group of students that have worked with us this year. I've had the privilege of having them work with us for the past several years, and they have learned a lot from working with you as athletes, and I've learned a lot from working with them as well. They've had to put up with a lot over the past couple years as the program has been phased out. There's been, the instructors have left and things like that, but they have stuck with it, and they have done a really good job of being part of that. And I appreciate their dedication to the athletics as well as to the program as well. I have 2 awards I'd like to give out to students. The first is for our highest GPA for a curriculum student, and that goes to Stephanie Estella. So if you could come on up here. And as she's coming up here, I also want to present an award for our outstanding clinical student. And this is voted on by our students, and it's for outstanding athletic trainer who really replicates what an athletic trainer is going to be. And this year it goes to Ryan Clark.
I tried, but he wouldn't let me out of his sight. Guess he missed me during season. I don't know why. I just want to thank everyone, again, like Coach Collins did, everyone in the athletic office. I would also like to thank Max and Judy, who traveled to all of our games. Obviously, Mike, who does all of our play-by-plays. We really appreciate that, especially for some of our players who with their families can't be there. It's also nice to be able to hear that back here at home. We have a scout team, and we appreciate all that they do to make us better. It's kind of nice to play against some guys that really push us and take us to another level. I'd like to thank my husband and Coach Anderson's husband, because obviously we are mothers too, hence why there's a kid on my hip. And they have to hold down the house and the kids while we're gone, and so they have to pull double duty, and they do a pretty good job. All the kids are still alive. I would also like to thank Coach Anderson. Not only is she my assistant coach, but she's also my best friend. So we wouldn't be where we are today without her, and she does more than most people realize. Coach Bates and Coach Nina, they help us and do a lot for us as well. Lacey, our trainer, thank you. I think sometimes they just like to hang out with you. Luckily, they're not injured, so that's awesome. And Cody, who takes a lot of pictures, we appreciate that. We had a record-breaking season this year. It was quite impressive. I think we might have peaked a little too early, but considering we get the majority of our team back, it's quite exciting. We broke into the top 10 for the first time in school history. We beat multiple top 25 teams. We were the regular season Great American Conference champions. We were also the highest region seed that SWOSU had at the Division II level. So we made a lot of history this year, and we expect to make more. For the Great American Conference, some awards that we had at that banquet, our Defensive Player of the Year for the conference was Tyra Aska. First team All-Conference, Hayden Pretty and Haley Tucker made that, as well as the Player of the Year in our league was Haley Tucker as well. Savannah Gray was a scholar athlete at the banquet as well. And we have 2 seniors on our team this year, Shaylee McAllister and Panina Famui. We referred to her as P, but those are our 2 seniors on our squad this year. We also had some All-Central region. Hayden Pretty was on that, and Haley Tucker was the Player of the Year in the Central region. Haley was also an academic All-American. And Haley and Hayden have both already scored 1,000 points in their careers, and they are just juniors. So they've had stellar careers, and we still have another season to go, which we are extremely excited about. So at this time, our MVP this year goes to Haley Tucker.
How's everybody doing today? I'm Terry Evans. I'm the new men's basketball coach here. First, I'd like to thank Coach Collins for thanking everybody that I either don't know or I'm about to forget to thank. So I'd definitely like to enjoy listening to you, Coach Collins. I want to thank Coach Thurman for giving me this opportunity, President Butler. I've been bugging Todd Helton and Doug Self. You got a big compliment. My son said we have a Division I website. So let's give him a hand for helping us all out. Definitely want to thank Pam for showing me the ropes in the office, and she hadn't told me to get out yet, so I guess I'm okay. So I'm learning. Like to thank our ladies coaches. I see them on a daily basis. We work together. They're kind of teaching me the ropes. So I want to thank Coach Music and Coach Anderson for helping us. My assistant coach, Keith Richardson, had a death in the family. He's unable to attend, but he's really helped me hit the ground here at Southwestern running. I won't ask the team to stand at the time, but I do have a lot to say about them. I wasn't here last year, but at the same time, I know they lost a lot of close games. Even talking to the football coaches, they told me that we were in pretty much every game last year. So if we can just change some of that this year and change some of those close losses into wins, I think we'll be okay. But those guys fought hard. They never quit. And that's a tribute to those guys for having a successful year in that way. At the awards, which I wasn't there, we did have one all-conference honorable mention at the GAC, Charles Beauregard, known as CB. We had a couple of seniors, Colin Jennings, Devin Pugh, and our MVP this year, as voted on by the players, was Devin Pugh. You guys want me to be longer next year? Okay, I didn't think so.
Hey everyone, I'm Brad Fleetwood. I'm the men's and women's golf coach here at Southwestern. First off, again, want to thank Coach Collins for all the thank yous that he had. I want to thank just a couple people. First of all, I want to thank my assistant coach, Colton Cowan. Colton, will you stand up? As Coach Collins mentioned, Colton is a GA, but it's a GA by title only. He is very much a full-time assistant in his duties, and a lot of times he's a full-time head coach. With me having men's and women's programs, he is the head coach a lot of times, whether it be practice, whether it be being at tournaments by himself, traveling with teams. So everything he does, I'm very appreciative of. And so Colton, you've transitioned from a player to a coach really quickly. You've become a good friend in the process, and so very grateful for all that you've done. I want to thank Coach Saunders and Coach Head with the baseball teams. I want to thank you guys for all you do at the athletic complex. You guys help me a lot in maintaining our practice facility. So without you guys, my stuff would be more dead than it is right now. So thank you guys for all that you do. I want to thank James Skinner and the physical plant for all they do as well with our athletic complex, helping us maintain and keep things up. Last of my thank yous, I want to thank one of my seniors on my men's team, Matthew Cathcart. Matt has transitioned, as a lot of you athletes and coaches know, transitioned this year into an intern with Coach Jackson in the Strength Conditioning Center, and has done a lot of great work. I know that sometimes he might be that guy that you love to hate a little bit. He's pushed some teams. I know he's pushed our team. So Matt, very grateful for all that you've done for us and done for our team, not only as a player, but what you've transitioned to as our intern in the strength conditioning. So want to start off with our women's team, and the first thing I'm going to do with my women's team is I'm going to have them stand up real quick. And I say this because for 2 years in a row, I've failed to ask them to stand up. And it's been a very long 2 years. I'm just going to tell you that. So, but these girls know I love them, and they've forgiven me, I think. I'm not positive, but anyway, at least we're off to a fresh start. So, women's team this year has been phenomenal. They've gone out and played very well this year. We're just coming off, literally got back late last night. They're coming off a personal best runner-up finish at the GAC conference tournament this year. Obviously went there to win that golf tournament, but they played very well, just got in the way of a good team in Arkansas Tech, unfortunately. So very proud of their effort this week at the conference tournament. They have finished in our 9 events so far this year, and we're not done yet, but in the 9 events so far, they've finished first or second in 5 of those 9 events. So they have certainly been a force to be reckoned with, not only in our conference, but within the central region as well. So extremely proud of them. They are most likely, even though our final regional rankings aren't out, won't be out until next Monday. They will most likely go in as a 3 seed. They've bounced back and forth from a 2 and a 3 seed, but will most likely go into the NCAA Central Region as a 3 seed. And looking forward to what they have left in their season, both at the regional and hopefully moving on to a national championship. On the men's side, and men's team, if you'll stand up. Very proud of this men's team this year. It's a very different look. We graduated last year 5 of the 9 players that we had on our team, so you can do the math and the percentage of players that we lost. So we brought a lot of new faces in this year, and they have responded unbelievably. Their hard work and their effort has exceeded my expectations in all that they've done. At this point right now, playing really well. At any given point, we've had, for a good part of the year, we've had 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior in a year. We've had a senior bounce in and out at the first of the year. But for the most part, we've had a really young team, and they have just gradually gotten better and better and better and really have been peaking, as any coach would hope, at the right time right now. They're just coming off a tied for 4th place finish at the Great American Conference Championship yesterday, finishing up yesterday. We got back last night. So again, just a great effort out of these guys. They have really started to play well towards the end of the season. They are what we would say a bubble team on the region, on the Central region right now, but with a little help today from the MIAA Championship, we hope that we get them in the regional here in about a week and a half. So congrats to you guys. Last, I'm gonna mention our all-conference players. The majority of our awards throughout the year are not given out until the summertime. So we will have quite a few more awards, both academic awards, all-region awards, and we'll have some academic All-Americans that'll come out of this. But these awards are not given to golf until later in the summer, so we're not able to recognize them at this time. But we did have our all-conference awards at our banquet last week on Saturday night. So I do want to recognize on both the men's and women's team our all-conference winners. First team all-conference, Gloria Choi. Go ahead and stand up, Gloria. Also, first team all-conference, Elin Wallen. Second team all-conference, Chloe Thackeray. Second team all-conference on the men's side, Kason Cook. Honorable mention all-conference, Emily Folsom. And honorable mention all-conference, Jenna Edom. And lastly, our MVPs on the women's side, a young lady that just finished tied for 2nd at the conference championship this week, Gloria Choi. You don't have to run. And our men's MVP, who also just finished tied for 3rd at the Great American Conference this last week, sophomore Kason Cook.
First of all, I'd just like to say how grateful I am for our school and our community, all of our supporters, and every single one of you guys, and our coaches, our administrators, and all of you student athletes. Not a day goes by that I don't feel appreciation for the people I get to work with and to represent SWOSU in the sport of rodeo. Thanks to all of you for helping with and executing another professional quality rodeo. The regional vote for the Rodeo of the Year this Saturday at Guyman, so we won't know how that ends up. But last year our event won Rodeo of the Year, so that's a great honor. And thanks to all of you for helping get that done. Thanks to my wife, Edie, for understanding for always lending a hand and working your tail off for us and keeping our family going. And thanks, Kale and Jade, for your work too. Y'all work real hard behind the scenes, and I appreciate you guys. To my team, thank you guys for your hard work and determination. Thanks for your toughness and showing up, whether it's 15 degrees or 100 degrees. The mud, wind, rain, or snow, it don't matter to you. You're always willing to do whatever it takes. Thank you for keeping me young. Thanks for working together this year, embracing the process, and taking pride in the rodeo program in your school, and putting our home rodeo on and being a true Bulldog. If you would, guys, go ahead and stand up. And I'd like to recognize our seniors and graduates. Graduate Ricky Cones. Adam Pearson, he's a senior. Alex Phelps, senior. Will Galliard, senior. Sloan Smith, senior. And Stacy Bailey is a graduate student. Thank you to Dr. Boggs for helping out with our academic advising and taking care of all of our practice horses when we're gone on the road. She always goes and feeds and makes sure everything's twice a day, maybe 3 times a day, so we appreciate you taking care of the animals. Adam, thanks for busting your tail every day, keeping us going when things break down. He does a lot behind the scenes, our student worker. He was out there digging a hole today, about a 3-foot hole. We had a pipe bust in the stall, and no telling what else was in there, but he got it done, so thanks. And I want to thank my GA, Stacy Bailey. You're a relentless competitor. Thanks for giving everything you got day after day. And thank you for promoting our program this year and spotlighting our athletes. And Stacy, by the way, is the one that made all the videos and all the graphics and all that stuff. It was a really neat addition to the program. And all the highlight videos, all that used on social media was designed by her. And you brought something real special to the table as an athlete for the last 5 years, and really doing that was really cool. It was a really special addition. So thank you for your talents as an athlete and as a coach as well. Good job. And thanks to my assistant coach, Justin Paulmiller. Justin was my first men's recruit. Actually, he was my first recruit here when I started, and he served as a GA for 2 years, rodeoed for us for 3. He ended up second in the nation, was his best finish 1 year. And anyway, we just love having him on. Man, I sincerely appreciate your hard work and adding a ton of value to the program. And it's always awesome to be able to focus on the things I need to do and not have to worry about if practice is ready to rock. So it's always ready and high quality, and I appreciate that. Kind of how we compete, it's a little bit different format than most sports, I believe. And we compete at 10 region rodeos during the year, and at every rodeo there's 18 schools and roughly 500 to 600 contestants at every single event. There's over 100 contestants in the breakaway, barrel racing, and team roping, and roughly 50 to 80 contestants in the goat tying, steer wrestling, and calf roping at each event, and 20 to 50 in each rough stock event, depending on the year. The top 3 contestants in each event qualify for the national finals in June, along with the top 2 teams. And our regular season ends after Saturday this week. So currently, our men's team is 7th and our women's team is 4th. And we have numerous players in the top 15, including Taylor Lagasse. She is currently 1st in the all-around, 1st in the team roping heading, and 5th in the breakaway. Taryn Knox is 15th in the bronc riding. Nathan Hatchell, he's a two-time national qualifier. He's 5th in the bull riding. Freshman Leighton Little is 15th in the calf roping. Paul Melvin is 3rd in the steer wrestling. Alex Phelps is 1st in the team rope and heeling. Rachel Posey is 9th in the barrel racing. And Stacy Bailey's 9th in the breakaway. Shanna Simmons is 15th in the barrel racing. And in the goat tying, we have the triple threat freshmen, Winter Williams, Shelby Lankford, and Sierra Meadows are 6th, 7th, and 8th. And Ricky Cones is 14th in the goat tying. So y'all are doing a good job, and let's get it done this week at Guyman. The first recognition, or the first award I'd kind of like to give, is something we do pretty much every year. It's like the True Grit Award, and I kind of pick an athlete there, and the athlete or the team weighs in on it, but it's like an outstanding teammate award. It's somebody that's always making it happen, no excuses, get it done, do whatever it takes, and this guy, he's picked up a couple new events this year, and you know, got us some practice horses going, and just really enthusiastic, loves the sport of rodeo. Everybody likes him. He makes everybody feel good. That's Wyatt Lohman. You can stay there. Good job, Wyatt. Sorry about that. And the next, if you want to win the race, you got to have a great car. But the same goes for us. You got to have a great horse if you want a chance to win it all at this level. And rodeo coaches around the country recruit horses just as much as they recruit the athletes. And we know that a lot of credit of the players' success is due to their horses. So with that being said, I'd like to recognize our men's and women's horse of the year. And please stand to be recognized. And that's Catman, owned by Sloan Smith. And Rock, owned by Taylor Lagasse. Our women's MVP is as solid as they come. She's super consistent in her preparation and execution, and it has paid off for her this year so far. She's currently winning the team roping and the all-around in the region and is 5th in the breakaway. And I'm very proud to announce this year's MVP, Taylor Lagasse. Our men's MVP has been with us for 3 years, and he works the steer wrestling, calf roping, and team roping, and is one heck of a bullfighter. He's a good auctioneer, too. He served as the regional director for 2 years and the national student director. He was honored with the Walt Garrison Award 2 years ago. That's a very high, a very honored scholarship awarded by the board of directors of the NIRA. He's currently leading the team roping with his partner, Taylor. And he'll be graduating this year with a degree in marketing. Your men's MVP is Alex Stubbs Phelps. Oh, that side.
Almost done. Hang in there. I also want to thank everyone Josh Collins thanked. Appreciate that, Coach Collins. For us, I want to thank game day. So Doug and Jade, thank you for all that you do. Our athletic trainers, Cassie and Cheyenne. Of course, Coach Jackson. Our kids pretty much go in the weight room 5 days a week, so thank you for getting them in tip-top shape. I also want to thank our manager of 2 years, Carly. I will miss you. After this year, I don't know who I can get to replace you, but thank you so much. And then also my 2 GAs this year, Lauren and Taylor. Thank you for catching, pitching, playing positions, doing all the things that I can no longer do. So thank you very much for that. Okay, I'm on year 2 here as a coach at Southwestern. Last year we had 12 seniors, and I was thinking, holy cow, we're going to only go as far as our 12 seniors are going to take us. Okay, this year we have 10 freshmen, and we started with, 7 sophomores. So once again, we were only going to go as far as our underclassmen were going to take us. We're fortunate and unfortunate to only have 1 senior this year, and that is Riley Ricken. Will you stand up? And in all my years coaching, I've never had an athlete who is a pitcher but had to catch last year because we only had 1 catcher. So I think that says a lot about Riley being an ultimate team player. So thank you for that. You know, I was thinking about what to say, talk about our season, and just random things come to my head, and so I kind of jotted down a whole bunch of notes, so bear with me if I go off on tangents. I tend to do that at times. As a former competitor, I never understood why winning was hard for some people. I just think it's one of those things, if you love what you do, you find winning in it regardless of the outcome. The game is the same at all levels for softball, whether it's high school, JC, D2, D1, or nationally. There's 3 strikes to an out. There's 3 outs to an inning. Typically, there's 7 innings to a game, and whoever scores the most runs is the winner. Sure, the game at each level is different because the speed is different. But I don't understand what's so hard about the game, because the game is the game, regardless at what level you're at. So my question is, what is the difference between winning and losing? 1, nobody wants to lose. And everybody wants to win, but not everybody or team can. So what's the difference again? It goes beyond, I want to win. It should be, what am I doing to deserve to win? Am I being accountable? Do I do what the coaches ask and require of me? Did I cut corners? Can I take ownership for my failures? Am I being a good teammate? Do I build my teammates up by making them better through encouragement and holding them accountable? Okay? Or do I tear them down? And you guys know this with gossip, snide comments, negativity, yada, yada, yada. Okay? Am I putting in the sweat, the work, the dedication to deserve to win? 1 more rep, 1 more swing, 1 more pitch in the bullpen, I don't know, to get 1% better that day. Or do you just check the box and go through the motion? And I know a lot of you athletes, because I can see it on your face, I'm a coach, you're like, wah, 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 wah. But these are things that you need to ask yourself if you truly want to be successful, okay? If I've done all these things to deserve to win, then I can walk away from a season, or as a senior, a career, knowing I have won regardless of the score or the outcome. To our 2 seniors, Carly and Riley, your journey is just beginning. Continue to put in the sweat, be a good teammate, and always ask yourself, am I being accountable? Okay? To the sophomores and juniors, it's going to be over before you know it. We're only going to go as far as you're willing to lead and accept. Freshman class, there were 10 of them. In softball, there can only be 1 winner. That's part of the game. Accepting losing as a status quo is not acceptable. It is up to you to change the culture, be the team I know you can be, help create a culture of champions. This year, I had the team pretty much decide who our team MVP was going to be, along with other awards. And so they pretty much told me who they felt were deserving. minus one award, which I decided. For us, and you could just stand up except for the team MVP, the Hustle Award. Obviously, this is someone that is going to hustle and give 100% no matter what we're doing. This is the person that, if they have a sprained ankle, tweaked their knee, they're still going to go 100%, and the coach is the one that's pulling them out. So this year's Hustle Award goes to Bailey McCormick. You could just stand up, a freshman. Also, we have a Coach's Award, and this is a person who is dedicated to the team, has a strong character, puts the team first. And this goes to Allison Gafford, sophomore out of Texas. And then we have a Golden Glove Award, and this is someone who just gets dirty on the field, you know, and sometimes you just wonder, how did they get to that ball? And I like to give people little nicknames, and this is one that I call Nugget, and it's Amanda Moreno, a freshman who got our team Golden Glove Award. And then we have an MVP for offense. You know, and being a former hitter myself, some of the best hitters are the ones that don't think. And I think this person is at her best when she's not thinking, and our MVP offense goes to another freshman, Kinsey Scrow. She's not shy, don't let her fool you. And then we have an award called Heart of a Champion. It's someone who's faced with failure or obstacles, but they keep looking for ways to move forward and succeed. I know this individual has come over a lot of adversity with injuries, but she's always found a way to put her best foot forward and do what's best for the team. And this is senior Riley Ricken. And last but not least is our overall team MVP, and this is what the team voted for, and there were quite a few that our team felt was deserving of this award. This goes to someone that is truly selfless, puts the team first, and it's almost like a mother hen because she wants to make sure that everyone is doing what they're supposed to do and being accountable. She was asked to pitch when she hasn't pitched in a couple years because of injuries, whatnot. This year's MVP goes to Sydney Kirk. Thank you, guys. Real quick, I was a Bulldog in high school, I was a Bulldog in college, I'm a Bulldog now, and it's like Bulldog born, Bulldog bred, Bulldog till the day I'm dead.
I can't follow that, Kim. I got nothing. To Coach Collins, obviously thanking everybody that he did, taking that upon himself to take time and think of everybody. Coach Collins, we appreciate it. To my assistant coaches, Trevor, Connor, and obviously JR there in the back, for what you guys do, the tireless work you do, when it's not convenient, when it's times where you really just want to go home and you stay there and get it done. I appreciate all the hard work that you guys put in. To my family, my wife couldn't be here tonight. She's having to work tonight, so we've got the two little ones there in the back, being as good as they can be. So thank you guys for putting up with me. All the long nights, not getting to see me very often, long road trips, all of those things. To my team, man, they make it fun going to the ballpark. They make it fun going to work every day. I tell them that all the time. As much as I gripe at them and complain at them, and they get tired of listening to my voice, they make it fun for me to go to work. They make it fun for me to get to call this my job and be blessed to get to do this. So if the baseball team, the Islanders, if you guys will stand up for me, please. It's a group that's been through a little bit of everything this year, from injury to sickness. We had one diagnosed this weekend with Lyme disease, if it's the first for a coach. So, yeah, thanks, Pete. Appreciate that. He will throw this weekend still, so if that's not toughness, I don't know what is. We've battled a ton of adversity, from injuries to everything else in between. to changes amongst the team and all of those different things. They continue to be resilient. They continue to have grit and fight and continue to come. And it's one of those things where now we play on a weekend where we get to play for our playoff berth. And, we need a game this weekend against Northwestern at home. I'd be really surprised if we don't get a whole lot more than that. But Friday, 3 o'clock, I'm going to make a pitch. We need your support. If you're in Weatherford, 3 p.m., be at the complex. We would love your support. We would love anybody that wants to come out, cause some trouble, not too much, Coach, create some havoc, get after them a little bit, whatever it takes. But we need your support this weekend. To our team MVP, I think all the coaches have talked about it. Coach Marr talked about it right there. He talked about a good teammate, the person that works hard, that deserves success, I think is what she said. And I think this honor probably, it's one of those things that this probably doesn't explain this person any more than this. So he's a guy that's led the league wire to wire in hitting from the start to the finish. The only guy that he's battled is our leadoff hitter. They've gone back and forth all year and traded blows, and one guy's taking the lead, and then the other one comes back the next week. Top 10 in almost every offensive category in the conference. It's fun to see people succeed that put in the work that deserve it. When they're the ones that are there all the time, that they're there extra, that they're asking for a key while you're there in the mornings, trying to make sure they get themselves better, and no one's watching. No one's paying attention. Everybody else is in class or sleeping or whatever it may be, but this person's there every day like clockwork. And it's no secret. We tell him this all the time. He probably doesn't like hearing it, but there's other guys in our team that are more talented than that guy, honestly. But he puts in the work. He puts in the work and deserves success and has gotten it the entire year. So unbelievable player, better person, unbelievable teammate, and so our team MVP, Alex Pimentel.
Up first for our awards tonight, the Male Scholar Athlete. We will be presenting the award for our Male Scholar Athlete of the Year to a 3-year starter for the Bulldog football team. This season, he appeared in 9 games for the Bulldogs while making 8 starts at left guard and 1 start at right tackle, and he has started 25 games over the past 3 seasons. For the 2nd straight season, he was named to the COSIDA Academic All-District team, and he added the distinction of NCAA Division II Academic All-American this year after maintaining a perfect 4.0 grade point average as an engineering technology major. A native of Choctaw, Oklahoma, your 2017-18 SWOSU Male Scholar Athlete of the Year is Brandon Rowe. Our next award is the Female Scholar Athlete of the Year, and this award will be going to a standout member of the SWOSU soccer team. In her junior season, she helped the Bulldogs to the Great American Conference Tournament Championship, which led to a bid in the NCAA Division II Central Region Championships. She is a 3-time All-Great American Conference selection, and this season added her 2nd consecutive selection to the COSIDA Academic All-District team as she maintains a 3.95 grade point average while majoring in special education. A native of Brampton, Ontario, Canada, your 2017-18 SWOSU Female Scholar Athlete of the Year is Erica Brunet. We will now move on to the Athlete of the Year awards, starting with the Male Athlete of the Year. For the first time since the 2012-13 school year, this honor is going to a member of the SWOSU baseball team. He has burst onto the scene of the Great American Conference and had a stellar campaign in his first year with the Bulldogs. This season, he leads the GAC in both batting average and total hits, while also leading the Bulldogs in doubles and runs batted in. With one series and postseason play remaining, his single-season totals for hits and batting average already rank on the top 10 list for SWOSU's NCAA Division II era. His team currently has a record of 22-20, and they are on the verge of clinching a berth in the GAC tournament for the 6th time in 7 seasons. He is a native of El Paso, Texas, and he becomes the 5th SWOSU baseball player to earn this award. Your 2017-18 SWOSU Male Athlete of the Year, Alex Pimentel. Our final award tonight is for the Female Athlete of the Year, and this award will be going to a record-setting standout for the Lady Bulldog basketball team. This past season, she led her team to their first Great American Conference regular season championship and an NCAA-era school record with 26 wins after advancing to the NCAA Division II Central Regional for the first time since 2014. This season, she was named the Great American Conference Player of the Year for the 2nd consecutive season, and she became the first Lady Bulldog to be named the Central Region Player of the Year as well. In addition, she was selected to 3 All-America teams, along with a 2nd-team Academic All-America honor. She hails from Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and she is now the 6th Lady Bulldog basketball player to claim this award. Your 2017-18 SWOSU Female Athlete of the Year is Haley Tucker. Congratulations to all our winners tonight. Thank you for attending. Congratulations on a great year. Best of luck with finals next week. Have a great night. All right, check, check, check. Yeah. Oh, check, 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 check. All right.
I'm not good at this stuff.
Joined by Erica Brunet, Female Scholar Athlete of the Year. Congratulations. First of all, what was your reaction to hearing that? I know when you go through the bio, you have to have an idea. You know it's you as soon as I say SWOSU soccer probably, but what was your reaction?
I had no idea. I didn't see this coming at all. I came off an ankle injury mid-season, so it was kind of tough for me this season, but my teammates pushed me to my best potential, and I'm so grateful for this award this year.
when you, it's the challenge everybody deals with as far as, you know, you're a student athlete. You have all these classes to deal with. You have practice. You have matches. Whatever it is. What is it that allows you to kind of manage that? What have you learned, I guess, about being able to kind of strike that balance and be able to handle both well?
Well, my teachers are great, and everyone here at SWOSU is so understanding. So when you have to miss a game or miss class for a game, they do their very best to make sure that you learn the criteria that you need to know for that class period. And I'm just so grateful for all the SWOSU teachers here. They're amazing.
Been a part of a great program here at SWOSU, to go to the Sweet 16 this year, to experience that, to be there in that championship game. What was that whole experience like to advance that far in the postseason?
None of us saw it coming, to be honest, and from the very beginning of the season, our goal was to make the national tournament, and we kept breaking records. We were the number 6 seed in the tournament, and nobody thought we were going to beat the first team we played, and then we went on and we played Mankato, and we won in penalty shots, and it was just an amazing experience. And we get to play Central Missouri next year for our first game of the season, so we're all looking forward to that.
Speaking of next year, you have a chance to bring back quite a few players and really go after it again. What needs to happen this offseason? What's the goals next year?
We've worked really hard this offseason. We actually just finished on Friday. We all know that we need to stay motivated through the summer and bring our best for August.
Erica Brunet, our Female Scholar Athlete of the Year. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Talking now with Male Scholar Athlete of the Year, Brandon Rowe. Brandon, congratulations. To hear your name called, what was your reaction to being named the top scholar athlete here at SWOSU?
Truth be told, I had absolutely no idea. It totally caught me off guard. I was sitting in my seat and just kept thinking to myself, hey, those stats sound a lot like me, and I'm absolutely, it's awesome. It's an awesome honor. I really do appreciate it.
To engineering technology, I mean, that doesn't sound easy. So how do you balance going through football? I mean, football's such a physically demanding sport, and then, man, that's an impressive degree. How do you balance that and do both so well?
Honestly, I have no idea. It's been a real challenge. It really has. Lord Almighty has been there. Had my friends and family have really helped me out, but the most part is just determination, day in and day out, just doing the best I can at both things, and it's paid off, and hard work and determination, really.
To be on the football field with those guys, what's the team chemistry been like? I mean, it seems like this group is something special. I know the wins and losses didn't necessarily go your guys' way, but it seemed like you guys are a group that really supports each other.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. I love being here. It's like I say every year, I would not want to be anywhere else. I've loved every moment of it. The last 4 years, I'm happy to say that I'm going to be finishing my 5th one here. But the chemistry has been awesome. I love it here. I really do. And whenever they say that stuff about this school, I mean, it's true. This place is really awesome. Really awesome.
To be able to come back and go be the starting layer of what is a new era of Bulldog football, what does that mean to be a part of this group and part of this change here?
It's awesome. I actually did this in high school. It was really kind of awkward, but it was an eye-opening experience for me in high school. But I'm ready for it. I'm open to all opportunities, all new things that come my way, and I think that this team's really we're gonna have some fun this year. I really do.
Brandon Rowe, our Male Scholar Athlete of the Year. Very good. Congratulations. Thank you. Talking with our Male Athlete of the Year now, Alex Pimentel. And Alex, congratulations to be the Male Athlete of the Year. What was going through your head when I'm going through that? It's got to hit you, you know, that it's me. So what was going through your head?
Oh, man, it's so surreal to, like, actually be here with you doing this interview. Like, you just don't actually think about this as the season's going. You just think of having fun with the team, you know, and that's all that it's been about. So, I mean, being here with you, man, it's cool knowing that I'm here, man. You know what I mean? Got the Male Athlete of the Year. It's pretty cool.
To be where you are, I mean, kind of, as I said, burst onto the scene in the GAC this year, to be right there at the top of the conference in so many categories. What's been the secret to success? I know Coach Saunders talked about, but you're relentless in putting in that work outside of games. What's been the secret?
Oh, well, I always have to give thanks to God for giving me the strength to be here first and foremost, and then, well, my family, and then just, like he said, it's all about putting in the hard work, and, I mean, it's something that I enjoy to do. I don't see it as work. I just love being out there and then helping my teammates put them in the right spot so they can succeed. And that's what it's about, us succeeding as a team. So it's pretty cool I get to do that.
What is it this season about persevering? I mean, this group, like Coach mentioned, a lot of injuries, sickness, what have you. You guys have kind of gone through it all, and here you are. You still have a chance to make the Great American Conference tournament. What is it that's allowed you guys to kind of persevere and be right here in the end?
Well, I think it's our unity as a group. I think that we all just play for each other. We're all a close-knit group, and we play for each other in the end. I mean, so one of us goes down, we're right there to pick each other right back up, and that's what it's about. That's what keeps us going.
One weekend left in this regular season. What do you guys need to do this weekend to get past Northwestern and get to Enid?
Oh, we just got to do what we've been doing. We've been playing good baseball. We're just going to keep executing, play our style of play, and it should be take care of itself. We just each do our role, and we'll be okay.
Alex Pimentel, our men's athlete of the year here at SWOSU.
Congratulations. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's go. Talking now with female athlete of the year, Haley Tucker. Haley, congratulations. Go through the list of accolades here, and I mean, as soon as I start reading them, you've got to know it's you. You're talking about two-time Great American Conference Player of the Year. What was your reaction? What were you thinking when you started to hear that?
Well, we always sit in the back of this stadium, so I was thinking, well, crap, I got to make my way back up there. But no, I mean, it's such a blessing. It's such an honor. I'm so grateful that the staff recognized me for that, and it's honestly my team. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be anywhere without them and my coaches and everyone. So I mean, I feel really blessed right now.
You've had a little while to reflect on this season and what you guys were able to do as a team to be able to get to the NCAA tournament. What is it about this season that maybe you take away from it as a special memory?
Yeah, it is special that it was my first time making the NCAA tournament and everything, and almost everyone's first time. But I mean, it gives us hope, basically, that since we have everyone returning back next year, that we can make it further than that. We want to win the national championship. That our goal last year was win the GAC conference tournament championship, everything like that, and we didn't win that, and I've told you that many times. But our goal next year is to be able to win the tournament, win the regular season, win a lot more games than the NCAA tournament season, and basically we want to win that national championship.
To have things go the way they did, I mean, to have that success, but then have it come up short at the end, does that leave this group hungry coming back next year?
Oh yeah, and Coach Music, when she went up there, she said it best. I mean, we peaked really early, and I think we were still a little bit young to realize that we were peaking so early. So I think that now that we have the experience and now that we have everything with us, we can now use that to our advantage, and if we won't peak as early as we did. So hopefully next year we will be a lot better.
Even all this on your resume about the athletic side of it, to the academic awards too, what's that mean to you to be able to be an academic All-American too, in addition to all the athletic stuff?
Yeah, I mean, student athletes always first, and I'm too competitive on and off the field or on the court. So I mean, I always feel like I need to be able to have really good grades and everything. And with my major, I mean, SWOSU does such a great job, and with the communications major, I mean, it's a tough major, but also it's easier than some of the other courses, but I have to do like projects and everything, so it is time consuming. But like I said, I like to get the best grades.
As far as what needs to happen between now and next season for this team to take it over the top, what needs to happen for this group?
We need to stay in the gym, work hard. We're looking to get a big girl right now. We had a couple come in that are pretty big girls. I mean, I'm the tallest one on our team right now, so these girls were a lot bigger than me. So we just need that last piece to kind of complete the puzzle, and then we'll be just set.
Haley Tucker, our female athlete of the year.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Ugh. You didn't want to bring the little one?
Not tonight.